Okay, folks, we'll get straight into this. Stellar Blade sequel.
Over the past couple of weeks, we have been getting a lot of information from Shift Up on Stellar Blade, specifically about the PC port. That launches in June, and there are so many people who are excited for that. But now we have official confirmation that they are making a sequel. It's slated sometime before 2027, and they are financially very well off, partially because of this game. Obviously, Goddess of War Nikke was their major title last year, but Stellar Blade still did fantastic for them. It made them a lot of money, and so much so that they're willing to create more content for their fans. So it says Korean developer Shift Up released Stellar Blade last year, and it quickly became a hit. In roughly 1 year, it has brought in more than $48 million of revenue for the developer, so it won't be a surprise that the team is working on a follow-up game. However, according to a Q1 2025 fiscal year presentation from Shift Up, the developer plans to have a sequel before 2027. Now, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed Stellar Blade. I highly recommend other people play it, and I'll even be purchasing it again when it comes out on PC in just a couple of weeks.
That's true, I'll be picking up as well. Also, sometimes when you're successful, it's good to have a sequel. Take a look with the MCU. Before they were flopped, they were successful and warranted with the post-credit scene. Now, I'm still playing Stellar Blade. I'm gonna try to finish the PS5 version first, if I can, at least the story, and then I'll play the PC version. And hopefully I can finish both of them before the sequel. For the mods, I hope they won't ban the whole hard R mods. Ooh, those mods gonna get a field day, folks.
The meltdowns over mods are going to be absolutely glorious, but I always wondered if their plans were to do a DLC or a sequel, because the game left off at a point where it did not need any follow-up content, so they would have had to do something like Shadow of the Erdtree, where it's a DLC that takes place in the middle of the game. Same with a title like Expedition 33. If they wanted to do DLC, that would have been the plan, which, hey, I'm all for getting more content for my favorite games, but it didn't need a follow-up DLC for the main story to wrap up any storylines. And I'm really happy to hear that they're just going straight to a sequel, because I prefer a full blown experience than some additional content. I think a lot of people would generally agree with that. Now, of course, I'm not going to complain if we can just get more content, but if it was one or the other, I'd prefer a sequel. In the presentation, which is where Shift Up reveals Stellar Blade has brought in 68.1 billion KRW, or $48 million, there's a slide titled IP expansion on the way with high visibility. We can see the 2024 release of Stellar Blade on PlayStation 5, additional strategy for Shift Up's mobile gacha game Goddess of Victory Nikke, and platform expansion for Stellar Blade. We also know that they're working on something called Project Witches, which we've known of for like years at this point. I'm really curious to see what that is going to be, especially with the theme of very beautiful, strong women that they have going in their titles. But before that, we're going to be getting the Stellar Blade sequel, which is super cool to see. I'm really glad that Shift Up is doing so well right now, because it just proves that people are looking away from the Western gaming industry and they're looking at other markets.
Not just the East, there's also indie, such as Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which I had to ask. Tell me, what was your experience when you played Claire Obscure Expedition 33, or Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, or Split Fiction? Say it in the comments. I would say indie, AA, and the East, they're thriving. And despite that, the price, yeah, it's good for now. What does the AAA are doing? Yeah, the opposite. Similar things. You know the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over just to get different results. Now, for Project Witches, I'm not certain how they're gonna do it. It had to be all female characters. Everybody's gonna love it. I hope they will introduce more characters.
Fortunately, Japanese companies are willing to sacrifice their identity to chase global trends and to potentially get the global audience buying their games, which is not a good move at all whatsoever. So some Japanese companies are still really good, others not so much. They're chasing those sweet ESG dollars and global audiences, which is unfortunate, but Shift Up is not doing that right now. They're sticking to their guns, they're sticking with what they know has made them money so far, and it's really good to see. They have called Stellar Blade an unequivocal commercial success globally, which is also really, really cool. And I think that this is going to be a series at this point. I don't think that Stellar Blade is just going to be one or two games. I think what they will probably do is have it it be a trilogy and then make spin-offs because it made them quite a bit of money. Now, who knows? That's just my assumption. It's just a guess on my part, but we know that this game did exactly what they wanted it to do and even better. And with the PC port coming out in a couple of weeks, I mean, it is doing fantastic. On the most wishlisted upcoming Steam games chart, it is ranking at number 19. It is right now in the 7th place on the top sellers list, which there's a lot of games that have come out over the past couple of days, and there are also a lot of games that have gotten additional content, but it is there, it is still doing good, and games like Cyberpunk 2077 are doing better. That went on sale. Japanese Drift Master went on sale. Monster Truck 2 just came out. Roadcraft just came out. Apex Legends had a big update. Fantasy Life just came out. So as we get a little bit closer to release, it will go back up. It was previously number 2 since they had announced the pre-order.
I really need to get this background removed. Stellar Blade is gonna come, and I think, in my opinion, the journalists will not cover this. Take a look with Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. They're not gonna cover it, nor will they ever look into it. Basically, I think they will let the score be as it is. They're not gonna give any score, whereas The Last of Us, they give it a score, despite being a remaster or having a PC port. So there's the hypocrisy. Now, it could be a trilogy, it could be a franchise. DLC is good, but for us, some people, we prefer full-blown experience. Resident Evil 4 Remake, I'm good with only Leon. Yeah, Separate Ways is good, but honestly, I prefer Leon once I've collected, say, the costume, the fedora, and the shining armor. Oh, and the Tommy gun. It's done. Nothing much. Hopefully, I can finish both Stellar Blade PS5 and the PC version before the sequel, making a challenge for that, see how far I will go. The journalists, what do I expect from journalists? Who's left anyway? Also, I'm gonna be making another challenge in the near future called I Am Offended Challenge. You'll see soon enough. Leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. Visit my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th channel up here or link in the description.
That took me.
I was focused on the box. That was bad of me.